Good morning and welcome. You are now watching the Cannon County Chamber Connection. And of course, as usual, this is brought to you by DTC Communications, and we appreciate all they do for our chamber. My name is Carolyn Motley, and I have a co-host that'll be a little late, and that's Keith Reddy. And one of our jobs, of course, is to promote business and events in Cannon County. And as of late, the weather has hampered many of our events that were scheduled for outside. So we're hoping that Mother Nature cooperates in the month of June, because we do have a few things going on, and also in the month of July. And as you know, we did have quite a bit of water damage caused to many of our businesses and homes during the extensive rainfall that we had in May, because they had about 7 inches of rain that fell within a couple of hours. So yes, it did do a lot more damage than what we had realized it did. But the Lions Club had just finished having a fundraiser. Many of the businesses and individuals, they had a barbecue supper, and people donated, and I believe the last count was like $9,200 that was raised. Now, that seems like a lot of money. Excuse me. But we had over, I think there was, the last count we had was close to 30 people that had serious damage in this. And in some places that had never had it before, because we haven't had a rainfall like that since the 70s. So yeah, a lot of houses were damaged, and we just do what we can. And that sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but then when you divide it up among all the people that probably need some help, it may not be all that to each individual, but every little bit helps. But hopefully we won't have that again anytime soon. I do have some guests with me today, and on my left is Robert Bohal. He is a realtor, and he lives in the Woodbury area. And Robert, what do you want to tell people? I told you I wasn't going to ask you to sing.
Well, I work for Century 21 Wright Realty. Their phone number is 615-895-9712, or you can reach me directly at 615-633-6690. Really, I mean, I'm just looking to help serve this community. I'm new to the real estate industry, but I've noticed a trend here lately that the market is starting to swing more towards the buyers end. So hopefully we can see some buyers, see a market that's more favorable for them as well. I know that here lately the prices have went up, and it's been a seller's market, but from Middle Tennessee to Western Tennessee, I've started noticing the prices start to go down a little bit. So hopefully that helps y'all out.
We need affordable housing.
Correct.
And we do, in the worst way. Now, I guess affordable depends on what your income is, But yeah, the higher priced homes, I think, maybe due to interest rates or whatever, are staying on the market a little longer than the ones that are perhaps smaller but more affordable.
True.
To get. Am I right? I should be selling real estate. But anyway, you are a new member to the chamber.
Yes, ma'am.
And you are also a new member to be for the Lions Club. And of course, Robert is willing to help and wants to help in the community.
Be it real estate or not. If you need my help, give me a call.
And see, you have to be careful what you wish for here. Because your phone will ring off the hook. Right now, I'm needing a plumber at my house.
Don't have that experience.
You don't happen to do that, do you? No, I didn't think so. How about you, Robert?
I'm not licensed for that
right now.
Okay, well, I've called 3 today, and I'm waiting for them to call me back.
Nice.
And I hope my house is not flooded when I get home. Anyway, you sell for Wright Realty Century 21 out of Murfreesboro, but you'll take listings anywhere, won't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Whether it
Anywhere
be-
in Tennessee.
Okay.
West
what
to
I-
east, east to west, and middle, like north to south.
He's a really nice guy,
Anywhere in
too.
Tennessee.
He really is. And I trust you. And I think
Appreciate it.
that means a lot in the realty business if you get a realtor that you trust.
And
So-
anything in life. Like
Pardon?
anything in life, when you're dealing with somebody else.
That's
you gotta
right. You
trust
got to
them.
trust them. Right now, you live in Cannon County?
Yes, ma'am. I live across the street from the Dollar General, basically.
Okay. You may have been in that flooding.
Oh, no. We were lucky. We were good. We were
You
close. We were really
higher up
close.
on the hill or lower down on the hill?
Higher up. But it was really close. Like there's that little spring that goes about the church. And like that was really pretty high up, but we're a little bit further up on the hill. Off in one of the subdivisions over there. So
Well, you know, I think our city department took a beating over that because of the houses that were built there close to the river. There was a lot of water that came down there, but one thing you got to remember is it wasn't so much the river that flooded that area. When you build on the lower part of a hill, that water's going to go somewhere and it's usually going to run downhill. And I think a lot of the water came off of Auburn Hills onto those homes that were down there. And that's just, I don't know who you blame except Mother Nature, and I don't know what you can do. Hopefully there was
insurance.
flood insurance. And of course, that's hard to get. And a lot of times they won't give you flood insurance if they don't think you're going to be flooded. But in a case like this, like I say, the water didn't necessarily come from the river.
right.
Now, we had one area where it did. I mean, it just ran through the houses right here on College Street, which we're at the library today. And the library is not in a low part, but water got up in this room right here. So, you know, I don't know what you do about that when you get that much rain in that short a time.
We just need to pull together as a community.
That's
help each
right.
other out.
And you just, that's right, that's what you do. And we're good about doing that, I gotta say. Woodbury, we had a lot of people that gave donations to help out. We had a silent auction. A lot of people donated items to be auctioned, and they were nice items. A lot of people bought items. I got outbid 2 or 3 times. But that's one of the things the Lions Club does too, is it's good to help out the people in our community as much as they can. Well, Robert, is there anything you would like to add to this or tell people or?
Just remember, if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in Tennessee, I'm here for you.
There you go. It's a good one. Now, I've got another guest on this side of me. His name is Robert, too. And Robert is with Middle Tennessee Electric. And you have a program going on right now that could save our businesses a lot of money over a period of time, right?
Yes, we
Nice.
sure do. Again, I'm Robert White. I work at Middle Tennessee Electric. I've been there for 8 years. I'm our VP of Community Relations and Member Services. And so part of what I do is I lead a team that's really concerned with making sure that we provide opportunities for our members, whether they be residential services, but in this case, it is for small businesses because a lot of times we feel a lot of programs that we may have doesn't really focus in that area. And so we're partnering with TVA. TVA's Energy Right program, and we're offering an opportunity for small businesses to get dollars back. And we have something that we call our SBLR program, and it means Small Business Lighting Replacement. And what it will do, if you qualify as a small business, you can get 70% of those dollars that it would cost for the upgrades reimbursed as a grant, as an incentive for you to do it. So the only thing you need to do is to be willing to allow us to provide a contractor who would come in, do an analysis, come back to you and say, here's where we think you can have these upgrades. Now, these LED replacements can be done internally or exterior. And they'll show you a list of what they will suggest you do. And if you do that, then we'll get the work done. You'll get 70% of those costs reimbursed. You'll save dollars on energy costs, but you'll also save on other things such as aesthetics once you get that new LED lighting in. And this program is specifically for small businesses. And so far we've had about right at 100 folks, 100 small businesses take advantage of this program. And our goal is to get, we serve 4 counties. We serve Williamson, Rutherford, Cannon, and Wilson. And we really want some residents in Cannon County to participate because we've had folks sign up in every county, and we recently have someone who is applying in Cannon County and Woodbury. So our goal is to have small businesses participate even in Cannon County for this program.
You know, your savings in this will probably be more evident, other than the fact that to have them installed, you're going to have a savings. You're going to have to pay some, but not what you would do if you had to do it on your own.
Exactly.
But over a period of time, this is going to save you money. Because LED lighting is a lot cheaper than the old-time light bulbs.
There you go, there you go. And the average savings that we've seen amongst right at 100 folks who have taken advantage of this has been about $8,000 of savings per year. And the return of investment for recouping your dollars is just over a year. And so just thinking about a year's time or less, depending on the case, you could be getting your return and still continue to save those dollars over the next several years with
Right,
with
because that lighting lasts longer than your condensate bulbs.
That
right?
is exactly right. And this program specifically concentrates on the mom and pop businesses, the small businesses, and we feel like in the Woodbury area, it's the perfect example of the small businesses who are sustaining the communities. Folks such as this young man right here, you know, it's those folks in these communities who are willing to give back, and we're hoping that we'll have more and more apply in Woodbury and in Cannon County.
Well, we'll see if we can't help you out a little bit there.
I appreciate that.
We need to maybe have someone address places like the Lions Club, because there are a lot of small business owners that are members of the Lions Club. So I just need to present this to them.
We appreciate it. That's why we wanted to come here today, because we know that it's folks like you who are the influencers in these communities. And so we really want you to get that word out for us and talk about this, because we really think this will be a big help to those small business owners.
Well, say for instance, the library, would they be eligible, you think, for this?
I don't know if they would qualify only because of their tax status, but there's no harm in finding out. So just give us a call. We do have qualifications that we go by, the criteria, and we'll see if we can get them qualified.
So there's no cost for that? Right?
There's no cost, just to go through the process to see if you qualify.
Okay. And any other small business in town that's, you know, we have some small industry, but are you looking at those too, or?
No, that's a great question, because we have been asked that question a lot.
Right.
It's really not geared toward industry or manufacturing, even small industry. It's really geared toward those folks who may have a demand of less than 100 kW. So it's going to tend to be those small businesses, those locally owned. If you are a small business but a part of a chain, you wouldn't qualify as well. It's really those locally owned, entrepreneurial, locally based small businesses.
Okay.
And they always need to save money.
Pardon?
We all need to save money.
That's right.
That's right.
That's exactly right. And that's our goal. I heard someone say years ago, when you're working for an electric utility, isn't it weird that you're trying to convince people to use less and less of your product? Well, that is our goal. Now, this right here, if they're successful, they will be using less, but our goal is to provide only what you need.
Well, I think even in my house, I have just about everything. I've gone to LED on just about everything that I can.
Great. That is wise. That's very wise.
As I get older, it's harder to climb a ladder to change light bulbs. don't do
Yeah,
that
so you want them
anymore.
lasting as long as they will last. No, you-
That's right. Is there any other programs that Middle Tennessee Electric might be presenting now or in the near future? Of course, y'all were great help during the tornado, and I'm sure during the flood too. But I'm sure that you were called on, because I'm sure some people lost power.
Yes, yeah. Now the goal is to keep the power on, but you're right, during that time we did have some outages, and we really appreciate those citizens in Cannon County who were patient as we got power restored. And we were able to get those members restored within a day, no more
Right.
than a day or two. But anytime we can contribute to the community in any way, that's what we're going to do, because we exist because of our members. Our members are the owners, and so
You're a co-op,
we're a
aren't you?
co-op. We are a co-op, and we're proud to be a co-op.
And I'm a believer in co-ops, I'll tell you right now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
So, yeah, I think this is a good deal, and I will bring this before our board, and we will make sure that the people know this and see what we can do maybe to help. I do know of one that I know that they went through the process of qualifying, and that was the Art Center.
Okay, great.
And they have a lot of lighting.
All right. I'm glad to hear that.
Lot of light.
Please keep encouraging. We won't.
Now, I
we won't
don't
do
know if they were approved, I can't remember. But I do know that they went through the process of qualifying for it.
these. Great. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
And this is outside lighting as well, right?
This is outside lighting as well, interior and exterior.
Now, I know that our county changed the lighting at the ball fields. And also that area down there, the outside lighting to LED, because it saves money,
It does, it does. And that's why we're doing it. This is just another way for us to get back.
And we have a lot of small businesses around our square that are in older buildings. You know, so just see what they think about it.
All right.
Give that man a call.
And they may have already done
Save
this,
some
but
money.
we'll see if they don't qualify for some of this.
We appreciate any assistance you can give us.
Well, I thank you for being here today, Robert.
Yes, it's been a pleasure to be on here with the other.
Well,
Robert.
that's all right, you're will. See, now it wasn't so bad. He was scared, and you were already practicing in case I asked you to hum a few bars or something. So it was all okay. You guys are welcome to stay for the rest of the show, but if you have other things to talk about or other places to go, if you're done with me, and this will be shown twice a week. Colby, when do you think this will be on the air? Next week, for a month.
Okay, thank you.
So people will know that you're out there. And even if it's Wilson or any of those surrounding counties, they can also give you a call.
They sure can. Anyone we serve.
All right, well, very good. Like I say, you're welcome to stay, or if you want to, you can go.
All right. I
You wanna
appreciate it, Miss
stay?
Carolyn.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go help the food bank out again.
I seen the
so-
truck down there.
So, yep, I'm gonna get back to helping that
All right,
community.
well, thank
so
you,
much.
Robert.
No
Have a
problem.
great day.
You too. Okay, so we've got one more that's coming on the show, but I think she just walked out, but she'll be back. Now we're going to talk about the events that we've had or going to have, and hopefully on these next events, Mother Nature will not be such a pain, because she really has been. We had to cancel the cruise in May, and the sad part about that was I canceled it on a Thursday. The cruise-in took place on Saturday afternoon because they were calling for possibly severe weather and hail. Well, that morning on Saturday, it did. That afternoon, it was beautiful. But once you've canceled it, there's not a thing you can do about it. So hopefully, that won't happen this month, and of course, our next cruise-in will be on June 22nd. It's from 4 to 7 around the square in Woodbury. We welcome everybody to come out, and believe me, I don't cancel these unless I think it's something that's going to damage those automobiles, because the owners don't want that to happen, and I certainly don't want that to happen. But I just called according to what the weather reports were, and then it turned out to be a very good afternoon. But we'll see what June brings us. And also on June 24th through the 30th, you will have the Art Center presenting SpongeBob the Musical. And Friday and Saturday begins at 7:30. And then there's a 2 o'clock matinee on Sundays. Their summer conservatory is going on right now. And their first junior one is June, it started on June 3rd, and it will go through the 14th. And that's already happening. Now, their senior session begins July 8th through the 19th, but I was informed today, right before the show, that they are full up in their senior conservatory. So they're not accepting anymore. The second junior session will be June 17th through the 28th, and I think they still have openings for that session. So be sure and call 615-563-2787 and see if there's any openings for the second junior conservatory. Those kids they learn a lot, and they have a big time too. And then July 4th, of course, will be our annual fireworks show, and that will take place at Dillon Park, and it will begin at dark. Now, Dillon Park is right off of a street called Alexander Drive, and that is what's located there is our sheriff's department, also our ambulance service, and so be sure not to block that drive when you go to park, because these are surfaces that may be needed and have to get out. And so I've seen people park right in the middle of the street. You can't do that. And also, I want to remind everybody that fireworks are not allowed within the city limits unless it's this fireworks show. And but just to let off fireworks at your home or whatever, they're not allowed within the city limits of Woodbury. So keep that in mind. Let me see what else. Oh, our biggest event probably for July is the annual Lions Club one-night horse show, walking horse show. And that is scheduled for July 6th. It's on a Saturday. It's at the Horse Show Arena at the old fairgrounds in Woodbury. The gates will open at 5 o'clock, and box seats are still available. They have the seating and everything. And then you can enjoy top-rated walking horses and specialty classes. I believe there are 40 classes this year. And then one of the things that everybody always comments on is the food at the horse show, because we have great food. We have homemade desserts, fried pies, country ham sandwiches. I believe they've included barbecue, and I don't know what all they've included this year. But everybody always has a big time. And I do want to remind you that the Lions Club members set up especially to help with the parking, because parking, it's a big show, and there's a lot of trailers and trucks and everything. So please pay attention to when they tell you where to park. and everything because they're trying to help you. And also, this year's show is in memory of Lois Larimer, who passed away recently, and she'd been a member of the Lions Club for many years, worked on the horse show every year, as well as other events that the Lions Club has. And so they felt it only fitting that we give this in her memory because she put a lot of work into it over the years. And let me see. That's about all I have to talk about the horse show. Just remember, it's on July 6th. The gates will be open at 5 o'clock, so you can come in and sit down. If you need, if you would like to have seats around the arena, give the chamber a call and I'll tell you who to call to get those reservations for those. And the chamber number is 615-563-2222. And then on July 12th through the 21st, Steel Magnolias will be showing at the Art Center, not in the theater, but up in the hall. And it will, it's a good show, and it will show through the 12th through the 21st. And for those of you that have ever seen Steel Magnolias, it's one of my favorite ones. And then on July 27th will be their seasonal reveal featuring dinner and a show. And you can call 615-563-2787 for further information on that. And now I have two more guests that have showed up. I have Marcia Petty, who is the director of the Cannon County Library System. I was going to get that in there. And I'm sorry, what is your name?
My name is J.C. Willis, and I'm the assistant director.
You're going to have to talk louder.
Oh, sorry. My name is J.C. Willis, and I'm the assistant director at Adams Memorial Library.
Okay, very good. What's happening?
Good morning. Well,
You got a summer program, don't you?
we do. It's that time of the year again. And it actually started yesterday. We had our first program. It was Adventures in the Rainforest. The kids brought their stuffed toys.
Well, that's fitting.
Yeah, we've had enough rain. And the kids go around to different tables and do crafts, like they made little binoculars and
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then they had a scavenger hunt, and that was very popular.
I'll bet.
And the staff made a tree. It's pretty awesome. You'll have to go upstairs and look. They decorated great. And so the summer reading goes through to July 16th. Okay, so JC's got, you can stop by the library and get the list of programs. It was in the paper last week.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And we have Mr. Bond coming this Saturday at 1 p.m. He's a science guy.
Okay, I was going to say, I've heard of him before.
Yep, he's very popular. And they do some fun science activities with the children. And that's probably, 2 and 3-year-olds are probably a little too young, but I'd say 4, 5, 6, 7, on up to 12, 13.
Hey, I might like to do something.
I take, my sister comes to Mr. Bond. She likes Mr. Bond, so he's good for adults too.
Well, you also have one where they bring animals too,
Right,
don't you?
and that's we have 2 this year. We have Bob Tarter, he's the entomology, and when's he gonna come?
He's going to be here next week, so he'll be here the 12th. Or
What
the
day is
21st.
that?
Wednesday.
And is he 11 a.m.?
He is at 11.
Yeah, so he's next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday. Of course, this airs later, right? This takes a week or 2 to air.
Right, it'll be next week before this goes on there.
So then what's after Mr. So he brings animals. One time he brought a kangaroo, a baby kangaroo. I got to hold it.
We
He's
had
very
one of
popular.
them at the Christmas.
Did you? All right.
The man that sets
Yeah.
up or the church that sets up the
Nativity.
nativity scene, which they use live animals. And one year they brought a baby kangaroo. And I thought, I don't remember that. But they rent those animals.
Yeah.
And he said that that one was left out there, so they just brought it.
Oh.
And I thought, well, all right.
When's the zoo coming?
We're having the zoo on the 27th.
What day is that?
It is a Thursday and it's at 2.
Okay, Thursday, the 27th? 27th at 2 p.m. The National Zoo, and they bring some animals and give a lecture. And,
Well, kids like those.
oh, yeah. I mean, some years they'll bring a huge bunny rabbit. There's a special name for him.
Big rabbit.
A big rabbit, and they let him hop around. You know, just depends on what they have. Snakes seem to be popular.
Oh, no.
And then
I can take the rabbit, not the snakes.
And then we have Barry Mitchell. He's a puppeteer. He's very popular with Sam the Turtle and something Laughing Hyena. I
Well,
can't
this
remember
is
name.
something for 8 kids.
Yeah.
Like you say, the ages don't matter. It could be 2 years old.
Yeah, for Barry, the 2-year-olds like him, and the zoo, 2-year-olds can get a charge out of the animals. 'Cause-
I remember years ago, I brought my grandson, now he's 30-some years old, but I remember bringing him to the programs here at the library.
I think Adams Memorial Library does an awesome job of providing the programs. You know, we only have that short window. The children aren't out of school very long.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, and so, you know, for a month and a half, we try to bring in some really good programs.
Well, they're also an age group that don't go to school. You
Yes,
know, that
yes.
2 and 3.
Yes,
And
4
maybe
and
some
5.
4-year-olds do, but that's something for them to do in the summer.
Yeah.
Someplace for the parents to take them, and I don't mean drop them off. You got to stay with them.
Yeah, parents are required.
Yeah.
She just never.
And then what else? Now,
We also have other programs, so we'll have our animals and then our puppets, but we'll also have craft days and more of the stuffed animal days. So we'll have an ocean theme and a camping theme for the stuffed animals.
okay, got tents.
Well, we're gonna make crafts.
They're gonna make some more, so that's a different day.
That's a
isn't it?
different day.
That's all right. They love s'mores. They
Love
do.
s'mores.
And we also have reading lessons with Miss Bonnie. She's a retired teacher here, and she is going to help influence the love of reading, and she's going to help parents learn tricks and tips on how to encourage reading. But we do ask for a sign up for this class, this program.
That's what I was going to ask. For any of these programs, do they need to sign up ahead of time or just show up?
Just the reading. So story time, so on Tuesdays, we have some stuffed animal fun days. The other Tuesdays are regular story time. You don't need to sign up, just come. Miss Bonnie, we are requiring you to sign up because she's really wanting to teach reading. And so
Right.
she's gonna have to make sure the group is either cohesive or limit the size. You know, she'll need to work that out. So she's the only one. And then we have, well, we don't. As I said, we have a reading on Friday at 11, but that lady is helping us with summer reading, so she's not doing it for June, but starting in August on Friday. So we have story time, we're gonna have Miss Bonnie helping with reading, and we have Denise on Friday at 11 with fun for reading. So we've got a lot of reading going on for children.
Well, this is good.
Yeah,
And you know, it seems like children are more interested in the reading the younger they are. You know, as they get older is when they lose an interest in it.
I think if parents can, you know, get excited about reading one little story, you know, once a week or once a day, I mean, it's better once a day, but if they build excitement, children just absorb that and then they become excited.
I've got a great-grandchild. She's 2 years old. She just turned 2 years old. And she will love, and it doesn't matter what you're reading to her. She'll just sit there and listen to you. I don't know if she understands a lot of it, but she got a book for her birthday, and it was, oh, what are those little dogs? Bluey or?
Yep.
Okay. Well, when I was reading it to her, I thought this is kind of strange reading for a 2-year-old, but she's just looking at all the pictures, but it was like at one time, this little boy dog was talking to his mom, and she said she had to go because she had to fix the toilet. And I thought, what? I thought, this is in a kid's
Moms
book.
fix toilets now, yeah.
And I thought, well, okay, I'm not going any further with that. But she didn't bat an eye at it, you know, but she would sit there. Now, my favorite books when my grandkids were little were the Winnie the Pooh books. You know, I loved reading those to them. I don't know if they got that excited, but I did. But when they're little, they'll listen.
Yeah.
As they get a little older is when their concentration is not as long, let's put it that way. They're short concentration. But I think this is great. Tell them some of the other things you have at the library, even beside your,
The summer reading, well, we have a wonderful program. MTSU received a $750,000 grant for workforce virtual reality goggles and a program. It's they're modules. You come in and do a module, and it instead of explaining a job verbally, you get to experience it.
Oh.
You put it's 3D. You know, you feel like you're in the room. So I did one. It was cleaning discs, because you have to. I don't know what kind of discs, but, but it had to be clean. So
did you have any of them, Marcia?
But it had to be dust-free, so you had to put a suit on. So you're in one room putting on your suit with everybody else, and then they whisk you into a room that they vacuum out everything, you know. And then you go back, and then you go into the room where you work, and they had machines on the ceiling dropping down stuff, and then you punch buttons. So you get to experience what that job would be like.
Right.
Would it be of interest with you? Would you be so totally bored? It's not your job. It's that. And so we're very fortunate. There were 6 libraries that were chosen to participate in this with MTSU, and we were one.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's
Great.
an awesome opportunity. And so you can drop in and experience
Is there an
it.
age group or an age limit on this, or?
Well, it depends. I mean, if the mother is with the child,
Yeah.
we're allowing 5 minutes. We don't want to go too much longer, see how the child affects. Some people get nauseous doing this because it messes with your brain.
I can see that. I can.
But I think it's 18 and above that it's just come on in. And I think 17, 16-year-olds, they have to just tell us their age, and then they're limited on the amount of time they get to spend.
But that age group,
Yeah.
hey, that's normal to them, you know, that'd be good. They
Yeah.
don't have a problem with that.
And they do, you know, it's really a good way to experience some workforce. And what they're hoping is in Nevada, all the libraries have this as their workforce.
Development.
Yes. And so they all have the goggles, and they have a huge list of jobs. And they're hoping to be able to use the virtual goggle reality to like train policemen, to train you in jobs too. So it's like, it's the new world. It's coming. It's coming. So,
I'm not sure what I feel about this, Marcia. Sometimes I think our downfall has been social media and cell phones and because anymore everywhere you go, if you go to a doctor's office and you're waiting on the doctor, everybody out there is on their cell phones. They're either on Facebook or they're playing games or they're doing something, And I thought, and little kids think if they're 4 years old, they think they should have a cell phone. And I don't agree with that.
Well, I think that the virtual reality is an attempt to find a different way to teach.
Right.
Because people
I
learn
understand that
people
part
learn
of it.
differently and different.
And if cell phones were a teaching thing, that would be different.
Exactly. And yeah, I agree.
You know, it's just, I don't know, sometimes for example, I had 4 grandkids in the car one time. We're going down the road and it was not a word was being said. Everything was quiet. And I thought, what's wrong with everybody? Well, they're all on their cell phones talking to each other, you know? And I thought, good grief. I thought, put your cell phones up, we're gonna talk.
I know. It's,
But-
yeah.
But you also have computers that can be used on a daily basis,
We have
don't
public
you?
computers, 24 public computers. We have Wi-Fi all around the building, inside the building, and out towards the parking lot, all in the parking lot. We have Wi-Fi, and that's always 24/7. So if you come inside, you can use the tower computers, and you're on the internet. We have, you know, the Microsoft Office suite if you need to do something in Word or Excel. We have that software. We have DVDs that you can borrow. It doesn't cost a thing as long as you get them back in 7 days. And we have a nice DVD selection. It's pretty
Okay.
extensive. And then, of course, we have the nonfiction books. We have Christian books, we have Amish books, and we have fiction books. And did you know audiobooks are going away?
What is?
Audiobooks,
Why?
because people just download it and stream it. They just stream the audiobooks. The
Oh,
cars
okay.
nowadays will stream it.
Yeah.
So we still have our audiobooks, but if they don't get checked out, they'll probably be going away.
Deleted.
Yeah, make room for something else. And then we have our genealogy room.
I was gonna say, that's got to be popular. It's
And-
got to be.
A shout out to Miss Peggy Tate. She volunteered for 20 years in our genealogy room. You know?
Bless her heart.
Yeah, she did a wonderful job. And Dina Fight is taking that over.
Okay.
Peggy and her are working together right now, and eventually Peggy thinks she'll retire.
Okay. How come I don't think that's gonna happen? I think the library is a great asset to our community. I always
I do.
have thought that. And I think if people would use it more than what they do now, and especially with those little kids that maybe don't go to school and everything, those 2 and 3-year-olds, they like stuff like that.
And I'd like to mention real quick, JC is going to be doing she's trying to get together a robotics group next year, the children to learn coding using robotics, the robotic arm and the computers.
Now that's what's coming. It is, isn't it? That is a coming thing. I mean, your factories, everything is going to robotics. I don't want to see us replaced. Yeah, I'm old school, I'll just tell you right now, I am. But, yeah, that is happening, whether I like it or whether I don't. One other thing I want to mention, when you mentioned the genealogy, we have a great historical society in Kennet County, and their next July speaker will be Savannah Grandy Caves. Her name is not like it's spelled. And she currently works at MTSU at the Center for Historic Preservation. And she will be talking to them about farm phonographs and soil conservation that was established in the county in 1942. That would be, we have a lot of farmers and a lot of people interested in that. And they have some interesting speakers at their meetings. And I think their meetings begin it will be on July 16th at the library. And it begins at 7 p.m. You're welcome to come and listen to any of them. You may accidentally find one that you're interested in that you didn't think you was going to be interested in, because they have some good speakers that come to it. Is there anything else y'all are doing? Nothing?
Well,
No, you're busy all day. I know you
I mean,
are.
we'll have a Halloween program, we'll have a Christmas program, a holiday program. And
You can say Christmas.
Can I say Christmas? And so,
I still say Christmas. I just want to tell you all out there that we have a lot of things of interest, and to use our library, you do not have to be a resident of Cannon County, do you?
to use the library, no.
Right.
To get a card, you should be a resident. Now, we do honor around Cannon County. So like the people in Kittrell.
Right.
It's easier, they can.
But I mean, if they want to bring their children to one of these
Oh,
shows
sure.
here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, the shows are open to everybody.
Right.
Yes, we don't ask where you're from, no.
You don't have to give them your firstborn or anything.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood you.
Well, I've appreciated y'all coming on the show because it is interesting to know the things that we have during the summer months, that if your kids aren't in school and you're looking for something for them to do, they're going to have fun at and maybe accidentally learn something. Hey, I'm all for it. And the little kids love this. I know because I brought mine here, my grandkids here. And now I've got great-grandkids, and as soon as I can learn how to put a new car seat in the car, I'm going to bring them.
Good, good.
Because they enjoy stuff like this, so it's a good thing.
Can we mention our hours?
Sure.
So the library's open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., except for Tuesdays, we are open until 7 p.m. Tuesdays are extended.
Okay.
Thank you.
And what is your phone number if they want to call the library?
615-563-5861.
Okay. You have anything else you're doing that you want to talk about?
We'll also have a scavenger hunt.
Oh, that's right.
Coming up with the Tennessee Forestry Department. It's going to be Tuesday at the 25th, and they'll do a big scavenger hunt, and it was really popular last year. And we'll also have our s'mores making craft day. It will also be coming up in July, and we are going to make s'mores with solar ovens. So weather permitting, we'll be doing that day as well.
Yep. Bring your cereal boxes.
Yes, bring your cereal boxes, please.
Bring an empty cereal box.
Okay.
And we're going to line it with aluminum and
make a fire.
Yes. Well, an oven.
I think when I had a Cub Scout troop, we did
Yeah,
that.
do that.
And I had one little boy that had a real bonfire going over there because he threw in some trees. So, but it's okay. They'll love that.
We'll watch for that then.
Yeah, you got some leaves and everything. He had a big one going. All right. That's about all that I have for you today. Kobe, you have anything you want to add to it? You got some space on your...
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, that's a good thing. Just a little bit. He has a digital sign company. And this is good. All right, guys. I'm going to let you go, and that's all for this
Thank
month,
you.
folks.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next month.